This is a tale of 10 puppies. We've been following them from the day they were born.
So what have we got? We've got a little boy.
Learning to eat. Taking their first steps. And going through adolescence with their foster parents.
You're going to be a good boy, Kez. You behave yourself.
They're on a journey that takes time, effort and love, and can break a few hearts along the way.
Right.
Yeah, he's lovely.
Bred to change the lives of 10 people, they're about to embark on the next stage of their journey to become guide dogs. Our 10 puppies have spent the past year getting through adolescence and learning to take life a bit more seriously.
I say he's being very, very silly. And just ignore him for a minute.
Now a year old, their hard work is about to start in earnest. The stakes are high. Each dog will hold a human life at the end of its lead.
Straighter. Go on, straighter. Good lad.
To stand a chance of becoming guide dogs, they have to learn to walk in the harness, stop at curbs,
Good boy.
anticipate traffic, and judge obstacles.
Lad. Good boy.
At 7 weeks, Kirby was taken in by puppy parents Tony and Carol and lived with them until he was 1.
Come on, leave. Good lad.
He was their 11th guide dog puppy, but it never gets any easier to say goodbye.
I know.
No.
I know.
Kirby's now in training. He's having trouble with the most important lesson of all, learning to walk in harness.
It's called a cold back, where his legs go towards the ground because he's trying to get away from this handle. He doesn't like the handle being placed on his back. If he didn't improve, then Kirby could get withdrawn for it. Whoa! Good boy!
Kirby's brother Kez was being raised by recently widowed Colin, but he was too boisterous, and a reluctant Colin had to hand him back early.
I'm not going to say cheerio to him.
No,
No.
that's all right.
Good boy, come.
Now he's been paired with his trainer, Sandy, and he still needs to learn not to answer back.
Oh, I say, where did that come from? Full of beans, full of life, bit cheeky too, but no, just my cup of tea.
Kez's brother Cluedo spent his first year living with Jean and her great-granddaughter Ellie in the Welsh valleys. It seems their love for him may have been rather too generously expressed.
Up. Good boy. Up on skills. Sit. Good boy. Wait. 34.5. Good boy. Come. Right, so he's put on a bit of weight, okay? It does hinder the training a little bit because some dogs that are overweight, they get tired a bit quicker than some of the other dogs. So we just have to assess him and see how he goes. And we'll see if we can get that weight off you.
Cluedo has to battle the bulge and complete his training before he can become a guide dog. There's no knowing the kind of life that lies ahead for him. Milo the guide dog has a tougher job than most.
Off we go.
Today he has to lead his owner, Scott Cunningham, safely to the top of Britain's 10th highest mountain, Ben Lawes.
I think it's going to be a wee bit icy. There's loads of snow. We'll start and see how it goes anyway. There's no better feeling than getting up the top of a hill.
Come on, boy. Good boy.
It's like totally becoming humanised again, you know, from being that basically housebound individual what I was.
As a child, Scott's vision was normal. But at the age of 23, his optic nerves were suddenly affected by a hereditary condition. Within a few weeks, he went from suffering headaches to losing his sight completely.
It was hard. It was really hard. I just really hit the drink with my mates. I just, you know, to blank everything out because I could see no future at all for me. You know, a car sitting in the driveway, football team that I couldn't see. I was reluctant to admit to Andy I was blind. I just didn't know where I was going.
Life looked pretty bleak until he met a dog called Ike.
I remember vividly walking out. My left hand really gripping onto the handle of the harness, my right hand out rigidly, just waiting to bump into something. I continued to grow faith in this amazing animal, and I started to accept that I was now a member of the blind community, which I have now been for 21 years. Now I'm a member of a blind skiing group. We go skiing in Europe every year. We do the extreme skiing. I suppose we've been told we do it a lot better actually than some sighted skiers.
My old man! Hey! Yeah! Yeah, did you see me skiing?
From climbing Ben Nevis, the UK's highest mountain, to walking the West Highland Way, Scott's always had a dog by his side. And together, they've raised over £250,000 for guide dogs.
And off we go.
I know that Milo's driving on it. I feel his tail wagging off my leg.
Yeah.
Then when you're beyond the clouds, it can become particularly foggy. Everybody's in the same boat. People start moaning, I can't see a thing. I says, step into my shoes.
Slash.
Most of my dreams are in the sighted world, you know, and it can be the biggest boot in the you-know-where when you wake up and you just realise again you're in the blind world. And I never will ever give up hope of seeing again. I know. I know one day I'll see again.
Scott's managed to live without his sight for 21 years, and it's all thanks to one animal.
It gets very, very emotional thinking what could have happened had it not. If I had never got a guide dog, you know what I mean? I most probably wouldn't have been here. I owe them everything. I owe them my life. I certainly do.
Come on, Cluedo. Up on the scales.
12 weeks ago, Cluedo tipped the scales at 34.5 kilos. That's a good 3 kilos over his ideal weight.
Nearly 31. That's better. Good boy. Well done. He's just perfect now. Perfect weight for this dog.
Cluedo's got his figure back and learned some new skills. His puppy parent, Jean, and her great-granddaughter, Ellie, have come all the way from Wales to see him strut his stuff.
Oh, bless him.
But if Jean and Ellie are to see Cluedo at his best, he mustn't see them, or he'll get distracted. They'll have to go undercover.
I just want to squeeze him.
And Cluedo's not the only one. His brothers and sisters are also under surveillance.
It's like being a stalker.
Kirby's foster dad, Tony, has found a new profession.
OK, I've lost my prey. I'm like paparazzi.
Where is he?
Kez's long-lost dad, Colin, has his own take on events.
I've got mixed feelings about it, really, Jonathan, to be truthful. You want him to do well, but on the other hand, I wouldn't mind him coming back to me. You know.
Kira's foster mum, Liz, isn't the only proud parent watching. Leamington Spa is home to Georgie, our pup's birth mother, who just happens to be in town on a shopping trip.
Hello, Georgie. What do you think of your baby girl? Real mum, biological mummy, and the foster mummy.
The mission's complete, and unaware they've been tailed, the dogs have a surprise in store. A reunion with their long-lost puppy parents.
Oh, there you go. What a good boy.
They haven't seen them since they left 3 months ago.
Is it good to see Mama? Yay! Cheers! Is it good? Is it good?
Hello, boy. Hello, you. Hello, you. Good boy. Yeah. I find it difficult to believe that they remember who you are after the amount of time. But I hope he does, you know. So.
He's coming to see you.
Hello, Kez.
Dad!
Come on, Kez. Go on, mister.
I wouldn't worry about him not
You think he
recognising
does?
you.
Oh. What you doing then?
Come on then.
Puppy reunions are emotional moments.
Hello, puppy. Yeah. Hello, puppy. Hello. Being unsociable.
Usually.
It's a little underwhelming.
Not going too well for Tony and Kirby either.
Kirby! Kirby, come! Kirby! Kirby, to me! Kirby, come! Kirby, come!
Till he recognises.
Kirby, come! Good boy!
Pop him on the lead.
Oh, you showing me up?
I don't want him now. You've broken him.
You can have this one back.
Nervous. Wondering if he's going to recognise us. You know. Pluto! Pluto! Oh, he recognises us. Oh, what a thrill. He's definitely lost weight. You think? Yeah. I did put a carrot in there. I'm not sure you're allowed one. Can you have one? Or half of one? A little bit of one.
Is he allowed carrots?
No, we don't generally give them anything but their dry food, their kibble.
Gentle.
For some, this will be the last goodbye.
There he goes.
He knows where he belongs now.
You don't really want to be a guide dog, do you? Eh? Eh? You'd much rather come to Worcester and play in the meadow, wouldn't you? Eh?
No.
Bye.
Bye.
The bum's not changed.
No. He's always had a wiggly bum. It's not funny.
Bye, Pluto.
Like all love affairs, there's always the risk of a broken heart.
Right, let's go.
Sometimes one love affair can guide you to another. When Claire Johnson was matched with her guide dog Venice, she had no idea that it would change her life forever. Venice took a shine to another dog on their training course, the very handsome Rod, who had just been matched with his new owner, Mark Gaffey.
It was actually a joke around the course that Venice and Rod were the love affair. Mark and I were a bit slower on the uptake.
But they quickly gathered speed, and on Valentine's Day, a question was posed.
You do me the honour of being my wife.
1 year on, and the big day has arrived for both couples.
I'm not nervous. Excited, yeah. Oh, Venice definitely knows something's going on.
Rod is getting very excited. He's waiting for his buttonhole, you see. That's what he's really waiting for.
I realise she's coming down because the people start getting excited that she's arrived. Rod will see her as well, so he'll start wagging his tail. Obviously, as you say, I won't be able to see her coming down the aisle. It's something you don't even think about because it's just a way of life.
I've got a picture of Mark in my mind. How he'll see me, I don't know. I haven't got a clue. But hopefully he will look at me and think, oh yes, I haven't made a bad deal here, you know.
I, Mark Anthony Gaffey, take Claire Nicole Johnson to be my lawful wedded wife.
I, Claire Nicole Johnson, do take Mark Anthony Gaffey to be my lawful wedded husband.
So I get privilege and pleasure to pronounce that you're now husband and wife.
Thank you very
of course, you may kiss your bride. Well done.
A lot of sighted people base their attraction on physical appearance.
Like skin deep, if you like, yeah.
I was attracted to Mark's voice, but then you get to know the person because you have to talk.
Denise and Lucy are the trainers who made the most successful matching in guide dog history. and they're clear on who really played Cupid.
Venice. Little Venice. She was cuddling up to Rod and lying on her back, and I was pulling to get to him, so we joked that they need to keep meeting up afterwards because the dogs are in love. And they did.
I think dogs can love one another. A bit like people, really.
Our dogs are in the final stages of their training. Kirby's now happy in his harness.
When I first picked him up, I would have been asking him to reduce his speed. But now he's starting to do it on his own. So he should be coming in for this obstacle, good boy. Then move in for this person, good boy. On we go.
Kirby's come a long way, from tiny puppy to his year with foster parents Tony and Carol to fully trained guide dog. Right on target to meet his new owner, Army veteran Peter Price. Peter's registered blind and lives in a Cambridgeshire village called Eye.
My grandfather had a good eye and a bad eye, and he kindly handed his bad eye disease onto me, which is rod cone dystrophy. It affects the signals from the back of the eye to the brain. To be honest, it hits you like a sledgehammer. I dreaded going out. It was suggested to me that a dog might be suitable.
Peter's been waiting a year for a dog.
I'm very nervous.
Now the day has finally come to meet Kirby.
Good boy.
Hello, Kirby. Here you go.
Right, he's going to have a sniff
Yeah,
round. Generally,
good boy.
not really.
Yeah, that's it. We could always clean up. Oh, you're a talker.
It's more the excitement of it, because it's going to change my life totally if the dog suits me. So where do we go from here? Up. That's the only way there is.
You need to say straight on. Good boy. So that little bit of distraction, straight on. Good. Well done.
Kirby's not alone. His brothers and sisters are on their own matching visits across the country. Cluedo, who was brought up by Jean in the Welsh Valleys, has come to Solihull to meet Kenneth.
Hello, Cluedo.
Kez, who lived with Colin in Worcester, is in Leamington to match with Ian.
This is Kez.
Oh, aren't you a lovely boy?
Kira's come from Northampton to meet Lynn in Leicester.
She's got a very bright pink nose. What's a pink nose? And big brown eyes that she's looking at you with at the moment.
Cola has come from Swindon to meet Amy in Southend.
It's Hannah from Guide Dogs.
Kylie's come from Luton to Milton Keynes to see Jeff.
You're a bit small, aren't you, Kylie?
Corky has transferred from Cambridge to Oxford to pair with Fiona.
Straight on, Corky. Swing your right arm forward and back. Forward.
And Keegan has travelled the south coast from Devon to Hampshire to meet Jackie.
Oh,
Did you hear his little grunt? His little grunt of pleasure.
Go straight on.
The trainers are looking for a special relationship.
Very good, yes.
Human and dog moving in harmony.
Forward. Good boy.
If such a bond doesn't develop, the match is off. Peter's test drive with Kirby is over.
Down. Good boy.
Well, I was pleased with that walk, so
Good,
I'm
thank
quite
you.
happy for us to call it a match.
Yeah.
You think you can live with him for 8 years?
I could live in for my lifetime. He's brilliant, aren't you?
All right then, Peter. All the best, and we'll see you in November.
Yeah.
This is the start of a long process for Peter and Kirby.
Bye, Kirby.
Soon they'll begin in-depth training, and they're not the only ones.
Are we going to make a go of it, girl? Hey?
I think we should give it a go.
Give it a go.
It's a match. Take you by the hand there, Jeff. He's bonding with you as we speak. So, yeah, jump on then.
So beautiful.
This is the beginning.
While most of our litter are being matched with new blind owners, one of our pups is destined for a different kind of partnership.
It was a April evening, 2007.
It was a really nice evening, lovely weather. It was 3 weeks after my 18th birthday. Basically, I was playing football close to the side of the road. The football went out into the road. I went out after it, actually picked the ball up, and then the car hit me in the centre of the road. I remember being in hospital. It was like a few days later after the accident when the doctor came in, and that's when I found out I sustained a spinal cord injury at level C6, C7. Being told that you can't play football again, you can't walk again, it's life-changing. You can't believe it. You never think something like that's going to happen to you.
David plays wheelchair badminton and hopes to represent Britain in the Paralympics. Through the sport, he met his wife Becky, and they live in rural Devon with their 2 cats and 2 goats. But soon there's to be a new arrival. Tessie, the 6th born of our pups. At 6 weeks, Tessie was bought by the charity Canine Partners and spent the first year of her life with foster parents Annie and Derek, who got her training started.
And give.
4 months ago, they bid her an emotional farewell, and since then her education has stepped up a gear. All in preparation for today.
Tessie, let's go. Okay, here's Tessie.
Hello. Hello, Tessie. Good girl. Hello.
So, first impressions,
Yeah,
what do you think?
lovely. Yeah, really nice.
She's a very sweet girl, isn't she?
Yeah, she
Very
is.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So, sort of things you would like Tessie to do for you, really?
Picking things up if I drop things like phone or my keys, and if I was to fall out my chair, the dog could maybe pull the chair towards me so I could get back up or get to my phone.
Brilliant, lovely.
Much like a guide dog matching, Bonnie is hoping that David and Tessie will develop a bond.
Yeah. Get it.
So, is it a match?
How do you feel about whether we match her with you?
Yeah, I would love to have her.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'd be really happy to. So yeah, take her home today if I could.
16-year-old Hannah Burgess lives in Milton Keynes with her 6 brothers and sisters, 2 dogs and a parrot. One of the dogs, Rory, joined the family 3 years ago when Hannah, then aged 13, became the UK's youngest guide dog owner.
When you're at my age, you want to be going out and doing things that everyone else is doing, and you can't because I don't want to go out with my mum or have to hold my mum's arm or with my cane. But now, having Rory, I can go out and about all the time. So, yeah, definitely the bond between us is huge. I was born with albinism. I've also got nystagmus, which basically I've just got wobbly eyes.
As a toddler, she would never let go of my hand. She held my hand constantly. She always tended to plod instead of walk. Her balance wasn't wonderful. And the other thing that I noticed was that her head would move, her head would wobble as well.
Hannah has a hereditary condition. Both her parents carry the gene that causes albinism.
We were told once Hannah was diagnosed that there was a 1 in 4 chance of any subsequent children we had having the same condition. Well, as soon as Jonathan was born, I knew that he had the same condition, purely because of his colouring, because he was so white, so fair and so pale.
Since I was young, my sight's gotten worse. It's quite probable that I'll be completely blind in the future, but I know it's probably going to be a really hard thing. I try not to think about it too much. It's always a thought in the back of my mind. Another part of having Rory now is the fact that I can get used to having him now, and I can learn to rely on him and learn to trust him. So if my sight does go completely, then I know it's going to be easier to deal with.
A few months later, and Rory's developing a mind of his own.
Come on then, Rory. Rory. Hey, come on.
In Milton Keynes, Hannah is having problems with Rory.
Rory has basically not been working properly recently. He'll walk for a few minutes, then he'll sit down and just refuse to move. Rory, come on. Nope. Sit down.
Rory's refusal to do his job may put his future with Hannah at risk. Michaela from Guide Dogs has come to investigate.
Hi Hannah, it's Michaela, you're right.
Yeah, I'm good, how are you? Rory, come on then. Good boy. Come on.
It's been horrible. It's really horrible. Hannah and Rory have worked so well together as such a cracking team for such a long time, and all of a sudden for it to stop, it's just heartbreaking.
You can't really put a finger on exactly what's causing it, and I think if we knew exactly what was causing it, it might make it easier to decide. I don't think it's because he's lazy. I think he's just worked out how to buck the system and not have to do his job. Our dogs need to enjoy what they're doing, so we have to make that decision.
She relies on him, she needs him, and just not to have him anymore would be heartbreaking for her.
It's cost around £40,000 to train Rory, and now Michaela has a big decision to make.
I mean, he's making it really clear, isn't he, that he just doesn't want to do it. And what would concern me if he starts doing it, as I said, when you're crossing roads or you're in a position where, you know, your safety is put at jeopardy. So, sadly, he's leaving us with the only option, which is that he will no longer be able to be a guide dog, so we'll have to withdraw him and then look at what we do from here. I'm really sorry.
At the Canine Partners Training Centre in Sussex, Tessie is keen to learn the everyday tasks that will help David when he's at home.
Boom, get it, get it, get it, yes, bring it here. Tessie, open it, open it. Go on. Yes, good girl.
But she needs to learn how to help in the world outside too.
Yes, get it. Go on, yes. Yes, get it. Get it. Go on, girl. Come on, girl. Good girl. Tessie, oh.
Tessie's enthusiasm can come as a surprise.
Okay, so now we're going to get Tessie to get the purse. Ready?
Tessie,
You're going to
up.
tell her up and take it. Oh.
No, that's not the idea.
Oh, it's probably not her fault, it's my fault that she jumped up.
She just wants to get the job done.
Yeah, good girl.
Tessie's not the only one working hard. Her brothers and sisters have begun the final stage of their guide dog training. Some of their potential blind partners are seasoned guide dog owners.
Find the way, Kylie. Find the way.
Really good encouragement. Well done.
Peter is a first-timer. Until today, he's been using a cane to get around. Now he's having to learn to trust Kirby to take the lead. It's Peter's job to give the command to cross, and Kirby's job to see if it's safe to do so. If Kirby doesn't move, Peter shouldn't either.
And full.
Don't move.
Oh.
You follow the handle.
Yeah.
So we'll wait again.
Right.
Clear to go.
And forward.
Good.
Good.
Better.
Boy.
Good. How did that feel?
That's a good boy. Hairy coming back.
Yeah, I mean, what you've got to remember is if things weren't going wrong, we'd have to step in and make them go wrong.
Yeah.
So that we
I don't think there'll be any need for that.
First
Right.
walk over and done with. Yeah.
Whiskey night.
Hasn't that been every night?
It's 8 months since Rory quit his job, and now there's a new dog in Hannah's life.
Hetty. This is my new guide dog, Hetty. Hetty's attitude to working is completely different to Rory. She's really willing to work, always willing. She's anticipating the next step before I tell her to do it. As soon as you put Hetty's harness on, she is 100% in work mode. I miss Rory a lot because he was a massive character and he was a very, very big part of my life for a couple of years, and it's very difficult not to have that.
Rory decided a career as a guide dog wasn't for him. He's got a new job as someone's best friend. He's a buddy dog for Hannah's younger brother, Jonathan.
Well, it's really changed my life, to be honest, because he's one of my best friends, because he just follows me around whenever I go somewhere. And whenever I come downstairs, he thinks that he's getting his dinner.
Buddy dogs like Rory are selected from those who have failed to make the grade as guide dogs. They act as companions to visually impaired children and can help prepare them for guide dogs when they're older.
My eyesight does get worse, then yeah, I would quite like to get a guide dog. And yeah, as long as we do get to keep Rory, then I'm happy.
Jonathan just seems happier in himself. He seems really content. He seems more grown up now he's got a little bit of responsibility, and it just makes him a completely different person.
Hello.
When we first found out that Rory was going to be retired, we was all devastated. Everybody was. There was tears and all sorts. So it's just a really happy ending for everybody.
Being a buddy dog is an honourable profession, and it could be the perfect job for one of our 10 puppies. Keith was raised by seasoned foster mum Leslie in Birmingham, but when he moved on to advanced training, he couldn't get the hang of one vital piece of equipment: his harness. This means he can't be a guide dog. But that's not the end of Keith's story. He's on his way to Merseyside with trainer Ruth.
Keith is very, very gentle, which is ideal for a buddy dog because it makes a potential for the child to enjoy his companionship, go for a walk in a very relaxed way.
Keith's new buddy is Emma, and today they're meeting for the very first time.
Emma doesn't really make friends that easily, so I think it'd be nice that she had some responsibility and looked after him and groomed him and kind of give her a sense of companionship, really.
Hiya, Peter, how are you?
16-year-old Emma has autism and finds communication difficult.
Can I come and sit down next to you? Can I squeeze in?
She's also registered blind, but still has some vision.
Yeah, weren't you?
Is he good?
Yeah.
It's clearly a match. All that's left is for Emma to sign on the dotted line.
Is Keith going to be your friend?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think he will be.
Baby Jordan was born at the same time as our puppies and became the 5th member of a pre-existing family of 4. Hetal, Will, Mitch and Nessie.
I always say, you know, being a blind parent isn't hard. Being a parent is hard. Just full stop.
We're not newly blind, you know, and so it'd be very different from, you know, me getting a sighted person and putting a blindfold on them and saying, right, change the nappy.
We're still learning how to be comfortable as parents, but it's only been 6 weeks.
Mitch and Nessie have some added responsibility as well. In future, they won't just be guiding Will and Hetal. It's a year later, and the family are off on their first holiday together. Because they're guide dogs, Mitch and Nessie are allowed to travel in the plane's cabin.
I think a lot of sighted people wouldn't even expect blind people to go on holiday. I don't think they'd expect us to travel on our own independently, halfway across the world.
They've come to New York, and it's not for the first time. It's a city which holds some very special memories.
This is where Mummy and Daddy got engaged, fella. Yeah. Many moons ago.
Mummy must have been drunk that day. When we're here with Jordan, we pull the buggy so that the dogs can guide us and we can make sure that Jordan's safe at all times.
Straight on, good girl. Super, steady. I'm good. Steady.
It's about being a team. My dog enables me to be the person I want to be the mum I want to be. And I love her for that. Thank you. We get those people saying, oh, wow, you're amazing. And then there are those people that are very negative. I've had people say to me, I think you're selfish for having a child. Your child's going to have to care for you. You're taking your child's life away from it. Yeah, people have said that to me.
It's hard enough being a parent, let alone a blind parent, and actually Patel's doing an incredibly good job of being a mum. And so someone saying that is just beneath my contempt.
Do you want to say hello? We owe it to Jordan to give him a good example, and maybe stepping into things that are a little bit uncomfortable and maybe a little bit difficult. But if we sat at home and never did anything, we would waste a life. And I feel like the fact that we're here and been given that gift, we shouldn't waste it.
New York was the first city in America to welcome a guide dog. In 1928, Maurice Frank imported Buddy the Alsatian from Switzerland and was guided by him through Manhattan, causing a sensation. Almost 90 years later in Lansing, Michigan, Mona Ramuni is leading by his example.
I often compare myself to Maurice Frank. I need to educate people and let them know that there are other possibilities, there is another animal that you can use as a service animal, and that is a miniature horse.
Good girls. Who are my girls? Who are my girls?
Mona's guide horse is Callie.
Hi, baby. I know it's been like 5 whole minutes. Come on.
Callie's daughter Willow is in training to be a guide too. Mona recently made this a family of 4 by marrying Randy.
I got a wife. Instead of kids, I got a horse. And then I got a foal. And so we're kind of hoping for the kids soon.
People think that the reason I don't have a dog is because in Islam, the dog's saliva is considered unclean. The truth is that I chose a horse for various reasons. Horses live maybe 35, 40 years. You're only going to get maybe 8 to 10 years of working life out of the dog. Also, their vision is better than a dog's. They can see almost in a complete circle, 350 degrees. And that is a real advantage.
In 2011, guide horses like Callie were granted the same legal status as guide dogs in the United States. This means that Callie can go anywhere Mona does, which still comes as something of a surprise.
I can't see the looks. I cannot see people's reactions unless they talk to me. Some of the reactions that I miss are ones that I don't really want to know about anyway, and it won't change the fact that I'm taking this horse on the bus again.
Today, they're having a girls' day out.
Callie likes to go to Macy's, and there's everything under the sun in there. If I don't know where an aisle in a store ends, I will say, Callie, find right, or Callie, find left. And she will say, okay, here's the next place where we can turn right or left.
Callie communicates with Mona by tapping her hoof, and not just to give directions.
This one? Really? Okay, Callie says this one.
I think your horse is trying to dress me because it's not your size.
Callie, like I told you to read. No, back up. Okay, let's go find the baby. Come on, forward.
That's something different.
Callie is potty trained, and she will let me know when she has to go. So what I usually do is I'll take her into a bathroom, and I will ask her to go potty. She has a relieving harness on. Sometimes people will say, oh my gosh, there's a horse in the bathroom. I didn't think she was allowed in here. Good job. People either really love Callie or are really disgusted. And I have not found people who were just in between.
Keep it at your table.
You know,
I don't want it at mine or near mine.
Well, I wish you wouldn't be rude.
Whatever the reaction to Callie, Mona's determined to spread the word.
What I want is to help other people have the joy that I have in my life, to have that kind of, the opportunities that I have had because I got Callie. It's my duty to do this, and that's the way I feel about it.
Since their birth 2 years ago, our puppies have been on an incredible journey. They've touched the lives of their puppy parents.
He loves it.
And now it's time to change the lives of their new owners. In Cambridgeshire, Tony and Carol have come to see Kirby, now a fully qualified guide dog.
Here we go again.
Yeah, but it's different tears this time.
Yeah.
I'm proud in your boat.
In Solihull, it's Jean and Ellie's turn to watch Cluedo guiding his new owner, Kenneth.
Is that over there? No.
What's that?
Oh, no, this is hurt.
Becky.
Hello.
How lovely to see you and meet you. And this is Ellie, I gather.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, Ellie. How are you?
Good.
He's starting to do a good job, but it's still very, very early days.
Good boy. We're not supposed to feed you, you know that, don't you?
Just turn a blind eye to it once, can't we, Clodagh?
Even now, seeing him again, like, you know, it's very hard because we do miss him so much. But knowing that he's going to be loved and looked after, that means a lot to me. It's more mature now.
Yeah.
He's not the puppy that we
used to
have. That's right, yeah.
Because he was a nightmare, wasn't he?
To start with, he was. You be good for your master, all right? You be good for your master.
On you go, fella. Forward. Good boy. On you go. Good lad.
He did. I'm so pleased. So proud of him. Really, really proud of him.
Meanwhile in Devon, Annie and Derek have come to meet Tessie's new family, David and Becky.
Who's that? Who's that?
You could do a high five, can you remember it? Can you remember high five? Good girl.
It's a chance for David and Becky to hear about Tessie's life before they knew her, and for Tessie to show her former foster parents just how much is learned.
Good girl, get it. Tug, tug. That's it. Yes, go on. Tug, tug. Good girl. Thank you very much for looking after such an... Oh, you want to give it to her?
Yeah, give it to Daddy.
Thank you, Tracy. Yeah, thank you, Barry, for all the training and that. And it's a little present from Tessie. It's one of her favourite toys. I'm sure your dogs will love it just as much.
They won't get hold of
No,
it.
it's not. No?
No.
Not everybody can sees their puppies in their homes, as we have done with the pleasure of David and Becky.
Yeah. Very emotional, very emotional. But Tessie's done us proud. She's the one who's...
She's the star.
She's the star, yes, definitely.
One of our dogs is a late developer. Kez has only just begun training with Ian in Leamington, and he's already having an effect.
So you've enjoyed that walk?
Very much, yes. Being a pessimistic type. I'm that sort of person.
But today you feel optimistic?
Yes, yes.
Good,
Enjoyed it.
As a puppy, Kez was fostered by recently widowed Colin. It's now a year since he was taken from him.
After he went, I mean, the house always felt empty, you know, but he filled an emotional gap in my life, really, and, you know, I just fell in love with him, really. From a little thing like that, to a 3-kilo puppy to a 30-kilo dog, you know, he was, in 12 months I saw him grow, and when he went, the hole was there again, really. So that's why I got little Mac. Come, Mac. What you doing then? Hey, what are you doing? You're going to be on television, Mac. We'll call him Kez Mac too.
With the arrival of Mac, Colin's short-lived career as a guide dog puppy parent has come to an end.
I couldn't do it again, you know. It's, I think people who do it dog after dog, how they switch their emotions off, I just don't know.
This is the moment all the puppy parents have been working towards. The culmination of all their efforts.
Whoa. You've got a busy nose, puppy. Oh, look. It's Kira.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, boy.
Do you know who that is? It's Keegan.
Hey.
Oh, look. That's so cute.
Oh, that's lovely.
Oh, look how happy she looks.
Oh, wow.
Oh, don't cry, Mum. I would like to thank you both very much for your hard work and appreciate it.
We consider ourselves lucky and privileged to have Keith. He's a credit to you.
I believe that Cola is going to help me immensely.
He's become my best friend, and I love him so much. Oh.
That's so nice, Mum. I'm so happy for him.
Yeah, me too. It was all worthwhile.
Look, this will be you one day. Sit.
Now you've got to qualify and be a clever puppy. Excellent.
Back in Cambridgeshire, It's time for Tony and Carol to say a final goodbye to Kirby and his new owner, Peter.
It's so nice. He's gonna be a wonderful, wonderful dog for you and a companion. And I know you're gonna love him. I can tell you do.
Straight on. Not that way. Right. Oh, look at that boy go. He's a full working dog. How lovely. He's absolutely brilliant. I think we'll do it again, do you?
Yeah.
Should we order a new one?
Yeah, shall we?
I think so.
Milky. Come on then, bud.
Thank you.
Wilkie. Hello, Wilkie.
Okay.
Mummy. Oh, my darling. Is that lovely?
This is what we've looked forward to since we gave up Kirby.
It is all worth it until 13 months' time when I come again.